are from Las Bastions, sponsored by Fight Division, here at the Hitman Fight League with Andy Howson. So Andy, we're pretty much like towards the end of it now, coming up to the main card. It has been an absolute banger. I can already feel my voice going. It has been absolutely insane. I've been screaming non-stop. You must be buzzing with how this one's gone.
I am buzzing, but you better get ready. You got to do it all again tomorrow now as well. So, no, the fights have been amazing. Again, as always, it's a packed house out there as well. It's a sellout crowd. The atmosphere's fucking mental. Obviously, the One Championship announcement sent everyone wild. Yeah. Everyone's fighting their heart out. It's perfect. What more can you ask for?
Literally, the One Championship announcement, like nobody knew that was coming. We knew there was going to be an announcement. And I remember on the way up, me and Miles was like trying to discuss, like thinking what it'd be, coming up with loads of different things. Nobody thought it was going to be that. So how long has that been in the talks for?
It's been in talks for a couple of months now. To be fair, Ricky Sewell is the man that's done all the hard work for it. Obviously he's in Thailand doing all the one shows now himself, refereeing and judging. He's built up a great relationship with the team, with Timo. They've recognised what we're doing as a brand anyway, and it's just, the stars have aligned perfectly. Ricky's done a brilliant job, we've sorted it out. So yeah, February is the first show of many. And when we announce what's going on for the actual four-man tournaments, it'll be insane.
Do you know what I love about you and Liam? Like, you literally don't stop. You're so unpredictable. So, like, obviously, when we were first chatting, well, we're gonna have to dig out like the first interviews where we're saying like, where do you see yourself in 12 months' time? And you was on about like that we didn't have the betting then and the app and everything, and obviously now this tournament. And it's like, I'm just sat here thinking like, oh my God, what can you do next? Like, you literally don't stop.
Well, the betting, unfortunately, we couldn't use on this show. We've actually got our own website for the betting now, and it's also been done so we can bet on One Championship fights as well. Yeah. So every Friday show, every big show, you'll be able to bet on our app for the One Championship, as well as our own shows. Unfortunately, because of what we were doing with the app and so much to it, there's a few little glitches and it just wasn't ready in time for the show, but it will be in full effect for February. All online gambling, so we don't have to worry about loopholes with venues. You can literally just do it on your phone while you're watching the fights. So that'll be here official in February. Obviously, we've got One Championship now. We're going to be doing another show with Rory in April, I believe, here at the O2 again. There's talks that we're going to be doing something special on that as well, so that'll be revealed. It'll be revealed pretty soon. Rory's already kind of revealed what he had planned anyway. But we're going to do it together now, I think, so we can do it bigger and better. Joining forces has just meant that we have a little bit more money. We've got more fighters. We've built a nice relationship together. It's worked perfect. The show's been amazing. We've now got all the fighters coming together, the promoters coming together, and we've just put a special show on.
Do you know what as well? It's a great example because I had this conversation with Liam as well, saying like it's so nice to see like the proof in the pudding of how successful you can be when you collab. It's not about like comparison or like trying to get against each other. It's like collab, put all the eyes on the sport, and you can both like capitalise together, which is absolutely what you've done this weekend. So whose decision was it to make it like the full weekend event then? Because again, that's literally just doubled the drama, just doubled.
To be fair with Rory, we had when we announced we were doing the collab, we just had so much of an influx of names and people wanting to be involved and wanting to be on it. We kind of had no choice, so we just went, fuck it, let's go. Let's go, do it.
I absolutely love that because it's the same, like, obviously when I spoke to Liam, it's like, it's because it's so big, it's because it's taking off, it's like, because you're in so much demand, it's like, we're going to have to put on another day, which is a great problem to have. So even outside of the Hitman Fight Leagues, obviously this is the third one. It literally is bigger and better every single time. So on the first one, obviously we was just like sort of like finding your feet. On the second one, it had the betting. The third one, it's a collab, and now.
The first one had the betting, yeah. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it for the Manchester show because of the venue and stuff like that. That's why we moved it to the app. But like you say, from where we started with that. Obviously, like you were saying about shows competing on that day, we ended up with a rival show. Well, what's turned out, it's not a rival show, but what's ended up being on the same day, only a couple of miles away, which obviously affected us and affected them. And it's silly, we don't need to do that. We can work around each other, work together, where we can all eat. We still did all right. The show was great. We had amazing fights. We built a brand from the first show. February was insane. And now, obviously, coming together, we know what we're doing now. We've got everything sort of linked up. We've got a great team. Dan and all the boys doing the running. It's an amazing team. They make it run like clockwork, and we work together. So like if Dan says, look, that's not working, why don't you try this? Like, let's go, let's do it. And I think we built up a good relationship with the fighters that we have on, like the Silver Spirit guys, Thomas the Nerve, AJ, the Whelan brothers, things like that. We're always talking to them, even like outside. I'm always talking to the boys, even outside of the show. When we've had a show, well done boys, how are you feeling? What do you think we could have done better? Stuff like that. And then obviously with the sponsors that we've got on board, Gym King, giving everyone free tracksuits, training tunes, dishing out headphones for the CBD oil, organic relief, giving out care packages to the fighters. It's stuff that other people don't do. Yokkao obviously the shorts to keep, Hydra the same. So many things going on. And the fighters appreciate it. Even little touches like a free pair of gloves or a free pair of shorts and a tracksuit. It makes them feel valued, and we bring them back. Look at Jay Council, he's a perfect example. When he first fought, no one knew who he was. A couple of people in Ireland, then knockout win. Fought on us, knockout win. Now he's just beat arguably one of the best kids in the country. Demolished him, unfortunately. Hat trick. And we're talking on the watch party, and it's like, some people are saying, like, why are you putting one of your poster boys, Evan Chase, against another one of your show's poster boys? Why the fuck not?
It's the fight that the fans want.
Exactly. I was like, why would we not put this explosive, exciting, amazing fight that's good on camera, and this explosive, amazing fight that's good on camera? Why would we not make them fight? It's an amazing fight, and it didn't disappoint.
Absolutely did not disappoint. It probably was fight of the night. And that was one of the only ones as well. Though. Like me and Liam was like watching it ringside, saying like, I was so like, I had no idea which way it was going to go. It was so sick to watch.
That's it. Up until, I guess, round one, Evan kind of dominated round one a little bit. It was hurting.
Kicks,
But where the fuck have them come from? Jay's calf are a mess. And I thought, if that carries on any longer, it might not go too far. Then Jay started letting his hands go, give Ev a bit of trouble.
Powerful fighter, Jay.
He's going to be a fucking handful in 4 rounds gloves, I'm telling you now. Because 100% he's going to be on that show in 4 rounds gloves. There's no ifs, buts, or doubts about it.
Do you know what I love as well? Is like you said, like you're bringing them with you. So Jay, now that's the 3rd time you get the fighters back. So you do get this sort of like familiarity, and like you get like a following. And like you say, you're bringing him up because now, like you say on the first one, not a lot of people from the UK knew who he was, and now he is like one of the favourites. Like, and you like say like you want to see them do well. Same for Evan Jays as well. Like obviously incredible fighter, but you're creating that like that personal touch to it, which makes all the difference. You've just said yourself, there's so much going on. Like literally, that is one thing that absolutely astounds me with you and Liam. You have so much going on, even just for the Hitman Fight League. It's like, obviously, we're only halfway through this one, and you're already announcing fights for the February one. But aside of all that, Liam's just obviously announced a fight for himself, and you're padding him for that. And then you even got it with is it Paul Smith, the comedian? You were training him for a bit?
I was training Paul.
How did that come about?
I've known Paul for years. I've trained him on and off for about 4 years, He used to go to Four Corners anyway, and I kind of we'd speak on Instagram anyway. He started doing PTs with me at Four Corners, and I used to knock shit out of him. So, but
mate, you got in sick shape for that fight though.
He did. Look, and it was a shame. The low kicks were working. And then he got hit, and I spoke to him, and he goes, "Laddie was just fucking massive, and he hit really hard." I didn't know what went on. So, he's a great guy. Like what you see on stage, that's what he is. He's just himself, suddenly shot to fame through COVID, and he's exactly the same guy. He's funny as fuck.
He's hilarious. Do you know what? Even his post-fight interview, and he's like, I've got abs. I've took a picture of him because they'll be gone by next week, but I've got a picture of him. I just thought, how many people can resonate with that? Absolutely love it. And then another thing is the seminar that you did recently was absolutely chocker. Talk to us about that.
The John Charles Skaborski. Well,
unbelievable.
Skaborski's probably arguably one of the greatest foreign fighter ever. Lived in Thailand, trained with Sanchai and everyone at Jockey Gym. He's fucking unbelievable. Ranked number 1 at Rajadamnern, 2 separate weight divisions and stuff like that. He's Liam's hero. So for Liam to go, he was buzzing, like he was like, I can't wait. Then Skaborski's like, oh, do you want to bring Andy as well? And I was like, fucking hell, yes, buzzing, let's go. And to be fair, it's a good job we did because there was over 130 people there.
You needed the 2 of you.
I would have been fucked. we were fucked with just 2 of us, but we had 2 levels. The gym wasn't very big either, so we had like 80 odd people upstairs, 40 odd people downstairs, and we had to teach a technique upstairs, run downstairs, teach them, come up, have a quick drink of water, and that's how we did it for 2 hours. It was up, down. So we teach it. We did 2 seminars technically, up and down, up and down, up and down. But everyone loved it. There were a great response. Like the Thai that works in his gym as well, Robert Kane, he's like 3-time Lumpini Rajanam champion, Azuzu or Toyota marathon winner in the tournaments. He's an amazing fighter, probably like 200-300 fights. So for him to be there as well and like making us food was crazy. It was just like, fuck me, this is insane. Between the 4 of us, there's like 500 fights between us. It was just weird. It was amazing.
That's the room you want to be in if you're into Muay Thai. You want to be in that room.
It was unbelievable. It was amazing. So yeah, we enjoyed it. Skoboski showed us an amazing time. It was brilliant.
Well, that's another thing that I'm saying is like no matter what is going on. So obviously, even just from the Hitman Fight Leagues alone, because they've been so consistent, and within a couple of months there's another one on. In between that, in those couple of months, not only do you have to plan the next show, but you're also traveling across the world. You're doing the seminars, you're doing everything. Like, you both don't bloody stop. Like, what's the next 6 months looking like? Obviously, we've got the tournament now. We've got February. There's an announcement coming, which you've sort of hinted at, which we'll try and squeeze a bit more information out. But in the next 6 months, you and Liam just do so much. Like, is there anything else you're going to surprise us with? What have you got planned?
At the minute, no. Show-wise, we want to do 4 shows next year. We're aiming to do 4 shows. One of them is obviously a collab with Rory, and we'd like to do 3 Hitman Fight League shows if we can. We've already got February at Manchester. We're looking at June, July as well for Manchester. We've got 2 dates booked to see which one we can do, but it's the Euros. So we just want to see what the football fixtures are like. Obviously, we don't want to do a show and find out England are playing. It'll kill it. So we're just waiting to see what goes on. Oh, wait up. Sorry. It's going off in this ring again, that's all. We just want to wait and see what the football fixtures are before announcing that. And then we'll do November again, probably here. So
you literally don't stop.
It might end up 3 shows depending on the football, but February, June or July, April down here, June or July Manchester, and then back here in November is the plan.
Absolutely, and obviously in between all that, all the seminars and PTs that you do as well, like
seminars,
literally non-stop. So let's talk a little bit and then go back to tonight. So obviously we're pretty much at the main card now, which is going to be Joe Craven. So the last time we saw Joe fight, it was like something off a bloody film. It was insane. He got dropped twice and then ended up with a win. This time he does seem to have done the weight cut much more safely. Obviously Joe's one of your guys from Bad Company. How do you think Joe's done the build-up differently this time? He seems to have taken the weight cut much safer.
Yeah, so we give him a little kick up the arse halfway through camp, and since that, he's a changed kid. He's trained harder than I've ever seen him train.
I love that.
Dieted so well. His weight's been the best it's ever been.
Consistent.
Yeah, well, so much better. He makes it hard for himself. He don't realise he's doing it, but he does, and we try telling him and he don't listen. But he's listened. He has listened. And like, to be honest, I said this to him the other day when I saw a picture of him. I was like, man, I'm fucking proud of you, because this is the best you've ever been. It's the best you've felt. He's very, very sharp. I did his last pad session, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, and he was so sharp, fit, sharp, ready to go. Made the weight very easy. Obviously he's nervous, he's fighting a UK legend, but like he said, to be a legend, you've got to beat a legend. Wakeling is a multiple world champion, 4 or 5-time world champion, fought and beat some amazing fighters in his like golden days. He's just come back. This is his first time, maybe second year back fighting actively. He's on a great little win streak, picked up a couple more world titles, defending one of them tonight, so it's going to be interesting. Obviously I'm biased because Joe's our boy, and obviously it's Hitman Fight League against CFS, and we want to take the win again. So obviously I want Joe to win. It's a very hard fight. Wakeling's always dangerous, but we think we've worked a nice game plan for the fight, and hopefully Joe can pull it out of the bag, not have any fucking madness like he had in the last one, scaring us to death, and hopefully he can pull it off, keep his #1 spot and pick up a new world title at the same time.
100%. Well, we hope to see it. So one of the things that we love about Joe is he's very honest about feeling the nerves before it. So he just comes over and says, I'm nervous, mate. I'm nervous, mate. Which I kind of love that he just says that. Obviously, with you and Andy, you and Liam in his corner and your experience, like, what advice do you give him in that? Because obviously everyone feels nerves, but because he's so vocal with it, what do you say to him to sort of get him through that and remember the game plan?
Well, with the nerves, it's one of them, like, he knows the part and parcel of it.
Yeah.
And we're like, we get nervous as well.
Yeah.
Like, we always have done, everyone does. And if you don't get nervous, there's something wrong with you. And if you don't get nervous, usually that's the time that something goes wrong when you fight, yeah. The nerves kind of switch you on and make you alert and make you fight well. The game, it's all a matter, with Joe, it's all a matter of him not losing his head. Keeping his cool, not getting hit with something, getting hurt and then panicking.
Yeah.
If he keeps his calm, does what we've been working in the gym, what Richard's been working with him in the gym, stays calm, stays relaxed and does exactly what Richard tells him and what people are telling him in the corner, I believe he'll come away with a win.
I can't wait to see it. Listen, I'm going to grab you after the fact and hopefully we'll be celebrating. Thanks so much for chatting to us. I'll catch you at the end. Thank you.
Here we go.